Mercy.
All right, we're on. Hello, hi, welcome to this live chat. I don't know what else to say after that. I'm gonna do a live chat today with Jen from Jen's Closet Gems, and I want to talk to Jen just a little bit about being a full-time reseller. She and I started a full-time reselling about the same time, so I thought it'd be cool if we she kind of gave me some pointers or whatever she's doing. So first, we'll let some people get in here for it, then I'll let you introduce yourself. That's okay. Beforehand, we had Chris, Cajun Reseller, said, "Let's go, Dan." Thanks, Chris. Flippy Mama 5, oh, just enough time to get the kids snack, cup of coffee for me. Sweet. Hey, Renee. And then we have DC Sales. Hey, D. And I did. I try my best to remember. My chat, I can't follow the chat. I was telling Jen that before. So, I'm back over here on YouTube. So
I just commented, but I commented on the private chat.
Oh, yeah, I probably should take
I'm so bad at this. I was just saying hello, everyone. So I put it up.
We got, hey, Bear Hardcore Picker. So, Jen, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, yeah, my name is Jennifer. I have a channel. It's Jen's Closet Gems. I am a full-time reseller as of like the second week of November. So I'm very new to full-time, but I kind of been prepping for it for about 6 months or so because I wanted to quit where I was. So I was trying to plan, and I was going to start full-time reselling January of 2021. And I couldn't wait any longer. So I started the end of November. And I sell on eBay, Poshmark, kind of Mercari. I don't know, I'm a little pathetic with Mercari, but I also sell to the online consignment shop, so like the Real and ThreadUp. And I will sell locally also to local consignment stores, so Plato's Closet, Clothes Mentor, and other different local consignments. So I kind of sell everywhere, but I'm hoping to branch into, or actually I am going to branch into Amazon and then Facebook Marketplace. And I guess that's about it for now. Just a little brief backstory without, going on for too long.
I remember one question was, where are you selling? Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I can go a little bit more into depth on that.
No,
I primarily sell on eBay and Poshmark. Oh, okay.
No, can you hear me okay?
Sorry, Dan, I ruined your first question.
Oh, no, I think you're on a delay. One of us is on a delay. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Okay. Oh yeah, because I have like Chuck's here. Chuck, I'm fancy, I'm classy, and I have questions I wanted to ask, but I only had a few, and one of them was, where are you selling? So you said you sell on eBay, Poshmark, and you said you're pathetic in Mercari. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I have maybe 30 items listed on Mercari, and I list, 1 or 2 items every couple weeks, and I don't know why. I don't know what it is. It's so easy to list on Mercari, and you can list just about everything you can list on eBay, and usually people buy a little bit faster than they do on eBay. So I don't really have any good excuse as to why I'm not doing very well on Mercari, but I don't know. I think because I've been focusing a lot on eBay and I feel like they're so similar that I'd rather put more time into eBay. But I don't know. Maybe I need to start working a little harder on Mercari.
So do you primarily focus on eBay or Poshmark?
Both. I give them a very equal right now, or during December I was focusing a lot on eBay because Poshmark was extremely slow. Since Poshmark is still primarily a clothing, reselling app, a lot of people aren't looking for pre-owned clothing, or they're just not looking for that kind of style. They're going straight to eBay to find stuff. So I think eBay had a lot more viewers, a lot more people on it during December. So during December, I would probably put 70% of my time into eBay, and the rest of it kind of split up between Poshmark and everything else.
Okay. Yeah, I do Mercari. I think I can never tell how many. I think I only have like 50 things listed on there, and I try to cross post most stuff, but with the way it's set up without having a store, I don't want to bog it down. Like I have props here too. I have like stacks of DVDs that I got free from Joe the Philly Picker, and I want to list these, but I can list them all on eBay. And if I try to list this entire stack, I feel like someone's gonna come to my Macari store, and they're not gonna thumb through all those DVDs to list. So I'll pick and choose a few. I'll do stuff like that. Like I just listed some Christmas ornaments. But I picked a few and I put them on Macari. That's kind of what I've done, just to make sure. But I feel like it's the same way that if I'm listing on Macari, then I start getting sales on Macari. And it's can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. I'm sorry. So that's how I feel like, and it's the same. I do some Poshmark, but do you what do you, how many listings do you have on like Poshmark?
Well, right now I'm actually in the works of deleting all of my current listings on Poshmark, and I'm going to relist everything. On average, I usually have about 500 listings, but I do pay a virtual assistant to share my Poshmark closet, and they will share up to 900 items 3 times a day. So I upped my plan. I used to pay to sell 600 items, but I upped it to 900 because I want to list a lot more on Poshmark. But since I've been deleting items, I'm down to about 350. Eventually, it'll be down to 0 here in the next day or two. And then I'm going to build it back up because it was so slow. And I think I want to kind of clean my closet out a little bit. And I do need to go through inventory because my inventory for Poshmark is a little bit more scattered than it is for eBay. So right now I have about 350, but realistically I should have 900 listings like within the next couple weeks.
We're running through these questions. I was going to ask you about sharing if you use a virtual assistant or if you share it on your own. Because I share myself, but I only list clothes or jeans and shoes on Poshmark.
Hey, those are good sellers.
And I just started listing. I think I have 3 like board games because I saw they have a category for board games on there. Someone in a video they told me asked me if I listed my puzzles on Poshmark. And I didn't know that you could sell those on there. I saw you could, and then I saw board games. So I like to sell board games. So I was like, oh, that's perfect because it's what is it still $7.11 for shipping?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's perfect for board games. It's perfect for boots. It's perfect for heavy home decor or like pillows or all of that stuff. It's really good for Poshmark because you can keep the shipping costs down a lot. I don't necessarily put a lot of those things in my Poshmark closet just because it's hard to maintain if something sells on eBay and then having to delete it on Poshmark or vice versa. So I try to keep my items different on each platform for the most part, just so that it's not as much for me to have to remember to delete something off of a site after it sells. But yeah, home goods, toys, games, books, you can sell a lot of stuff on Poshmark now.
Tommy says, just model the clothing. You'll crush it. I'm not going to model. Come on.
Model clothing's pretty good. You can model your shoes. People love feet modeled photos.
I just know, yeah, maybe. I don't know about that. I do need those shoe horns. Do you have shoe horns?
No, I've never used them. I don't have a lot of tools like that. I don't know why. I think because I don't have the space, so I feel like it would be clutter, or I just kind of stuff them with the air bubbles or packing paper or
I used Goodwill bags the last time, and then I thought I might not have taken them out when I sold them. So I was like, oh my gosh, I never got any bad word from them. So I hope so. I was going to ask, oh my gosh, what was I going to say? It was something about Poshmark. Oh yeah. So that's the thing I like about your videos is because you talk about what you're doing and then you will, oh yeah, before I have Jen's channel linked down below in the description. If you haven't, and I know Chris shared it, but you should go subscribe, check it out because I like how you explain something and then you tell us like why you're doing it. And then you'll say like, I was watching, you were sending stuff up into ThreadUp video. Right. And you're sending I don't know, like a dress because you didn't like listing it or something for like a consignment deal, and you wanted to. Oh no, it was a Miss Me. It was a Miss Me dress or something, and Miss Me jeans sell, but this doesn't sell. Like I like how you, I didn't even know Miss Me made anything other than jeans. But like on Poshmark, do people look for like? Will they go looking for board games? Am I wasting my time like listing a board game, or is it like list it and then eventually people might start looking for it there?
In my opinion, listing board games and toys and home goods are kind of add-on items for people who want to bundle.
Mm.
I don't know that there's many people, like buyers anyway, on Poshmark going to Poshmark looking for games, other than if it is like maybe around the holiday time. But I think that those are just great add-ons for people to bundle to help reduce shipping costs or to get more than one item at once. But I don't know. I don't know for sure. That's just the way I feel because I've had a lot of home good items sell before, and it just single items. People wouldn't bundle them, but I've also had a lot of people bundle in books and home goods, decor, and I've put puzzles on Poshmark before. And so I think it just depends. Somebody's not going to go on Poshmark to maybe buy like a small action figure and then have to pay $7 when unless they can bundle it. But for bundling, it's really good. So as long as you have a lot of the similar styles, I think if you have multiple puzzles, multiple books, multiple games, stuff like that, where somebody can get more than one, it would be a good option.
Okay, so yeah, that's why I don't even. I've heard other people. That's why I don't put the. That's why I've only focused on jeans and shoes because that stuff's going to cost more than $7 to ship it basically anywhere.
Yeah.
So that's like that was my thought process because when I first started reselling, I wanted to like I didn't know what Poshmark was, so I instantly signed up for it. I'd been on eBay for a long time, and I like, oh, this is kind of cool, and then I kind of got burnt out from it, and I just didn't do anything for it. And then the second I became full time, I'm like, I need to make sure I'm like everywhere.
Yeah.
Like I had stopped selling everywhere, only about on eBay. Like that's all I was focused on, like you were saying. But I'm trying to figure out what I should sell on there.
I think jeans and shoes are really good. With me, I do get a lot of shoes, and they sell 50-50 on Poshmark and on eBay. So when they're boots or heavier shoes, I love when those sell on Poshmark because the shipping is a lot easier. But
Yeah.
people shop a lot for shoes, a lot for jeans, a lot for jackets, like those larger, more expensive items where if they are just getting one item, to them $7 shipping is good because it's a heavier item or it's something that's a little bit more expensive. Plus with Poshmark's 20% fee, it kind of stinks when you sell something that's not worth as much because you're not making as much versus on eBay it's 10-15% or so depending on your promoted listing and everything. But yeah, I think shoes and jeans are a really good thing that you can kind of just keep on Poshmark.
Okay. Hey, then let's go back to the beginning though. So how did you get into reselling? We're all over the place here.
Yeah, but I keep answering your questions.
I know, but I put it like number 3 or 4 down in my questions. I was like, what platform? So just how did you get into reselling?
So my mom has always been a thrifter, and my dad has always been a yard sale, garage sale, estate sale person. So I think that I always kind of liked the hunt. But when I got my first job, I started working at 16, and I'm 32. So I think when I first got money that I earned and I didn't have any bills or responsibility, I was kind of addicted. So I always try to find ways to make money. I made like gift baskets and Easter baskets and like piñatas, and I would make all sorts of stuff to sell. And then I started having garage sales. Like every 2 weeks, I would have a garage sale. I would take my mom's and my sister's stuff to sell to make money. And so I think that was kind of always there. But when I first started selling online, I collect Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And I used to collect baseball cards, basketball cards, football cards. And I would get so many of them, and I would get so many duplicates, and I would get so many extras. Or like I was phasing out on certain, brands or topics before. So I went to eBay to sell my cards, like my extra cards. So I became very familiar with eBay, and I would just do auction. All I would do is just auction, and I would auction off random lots of cards. And it was nice. It was nice making $5 to $10 for these extra cards because that was like the price of 2 packs. So that's when I started on eBay. When I started on Poshmark, I used to weight lift, like I would weight train and stuff for a good solid 2 years. So I was buying a lot of specific workout clothes, and they were pretty expensive workout clothes. And when I started to find stuff that I didn't really like, I wanted to sell it, but they were from different countries. So like to return it, it would have cost a lot. So I went to YouTube to find out like the best place to sell the brands of workout clothes that I have. And that's how Poshmark popped up. So when I listed some of my items on Poshmark, they sold super fast, like within a day or two. And I think that's when I was officially hooked to reselling, because then I started back up on eBay after that. So that's kind of like, it was a long journey, but that's what really like hooked me, was finding Poshmark.
That's awesome. Now let me find my place at what question I was going to ask next. So
I'm gonna say, I know I've seen a lot of people in here. I'm gonna just say hi real quick to everybody. I'm sorry, I'm not really good at, at lives and
I suck
following
at the chat
along.
too.
So.
I've been trying to comment in here because I'm really sorry. I really appreciate everyone coming, and I'm trying to comment, but I really suck at it.
I know, I saw Amber and Nana Tink and Lewis and everybody. Hello. So
Just say hi to everyone. Hello.
yeah, I just want to say hi to everyone real quick.
There you go. Yeah, now I feel better because I don't want to keep cutting you off to make sure I said hi, but then I don't want to ignore. I swear to God, I'm not ignoring the chat. I swear.
I don't mind. I can sit here and fiddle with stuff if you if you need to attend to the chat.
Yeah, you stay on the camera or you stay there, and I'm just gonna say hi to everyone as they come in. I'm trying to rate. Well, I see a race, but we're like 16 minutes in, and I think I'm almost done with my question.
Well, then maybe you should say hi to people. Yeah. Oh, look at Tracy said we love train wrecks. Hi, Tracy.
Yeah. Yeah. I was telling her we'll get back to you in a second. Okay. I was telling her before we came on. I was trying to keep it together because I absolutely hate doing. I'm so scared of lives, and I was trying to keep it together because I'm like, Jen's only done a couple lives. I need to make sure that I asked her to come on my channel, and I need to make sure that I'm not like losing my mind. So I came on. I was hyperventilating, like behind. I said I was hyperventilating. I don't think you actually saw me hyperventilate. And I was super nervous, and I didn't want to freak her out, but I was about to ditch out on this.
I might have been okay with that. Okay, it wasn't me, but I still got out of it. Because yeah, it's a little, it gets your heart pumping a little bit.
Thanks. Oh, that's what she said. She said I do so well. I'm scared every time. Every time.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, Dan, there's no way I would have imagined that you were nervous, because you just kind of go with it and you seem so natural at it.
When will Dan tell his first paranoia story in this live? Whatever. All right, so let's get back to what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I was interviewing you. Okay, I think I know the answer to this, but like, what made you decide that you wanted to go full time, like reselling?
A lot of things. I hate being stationary is one, and I've worked in a lot of different office jobs, like with medical and banking and optics, a lot of different things, and I just can't sit and do one thing. I have a lot of hobbies. I like to fish, I go kayaking, I play poker, I shoot pool, I go bowling. There's a lot of stuff that I like to do. I like to hike. So for me, my boyfriend, him and I have been together for a little over 10 years, and he's always been a self-employed person and very, very good at just saving and investing in stocks. And I got jealous of seeing him just like week after week, year after year, get up whenever he wanted, kind of do whatever he wanted, put in maybe an hour's worth of work and, made money for the day. And I liked that he didn't have a schedule. So I didn't really want a schedule so that we can do a lot more. And my family is extremely supportive, but they're also kind of needy in a way that they like my attention, they like my time, which I do too. I mean, I like to hang out with my family, but my parents are divorced, so I have to spend time with my dad on one side, with my mom on the other, and then I have sisters and brother, and then I have my boyfriend's family, who I really, really like. So it's kind of splitting. I split myself up a lot, and having a regular 9 to 5 kind of job just 100% wasn't for me. So I was just working part-time at an optical. And it was flexible, so I could request certain days off, and I could just work 20 to 30 hours. But I eventually started making less there than I was making reselling, as I was reselling part-time. So that was like the big kicker, is why would I continue working under somebody else's schedule for somebody else when I could work for myself on my own schedule and make more money?
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, that was like the obvious decision, is why I was just like, I need to do this full time and just continue to grow. Whereas where you're at, when you're at a part-time job, sometimes there's only so much room for growth. I mean, what, you can maybe get 50 cents, a dollar a raise a year or something. So for me, yeah, it wasn't making sense financially, and I didn't like doing it anyway, so it was perfect.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's the thing. So you on your channel, you talk a lot. I just watched. I think was it your last video about the, or is it the one before, the like your vision board?
Yeah,
Uh,
that was my last video.
yeah, you're very open on like what you want to make, and you strategically made it to become full time. When I started, I started reselling a year, like a little over a year ago, and I was a side hustle, and I was trying to get out of debt, pay off all my debt, and then once the pandemic started, I like strategically was like, okay, this eventually, I don't know if I'm gonna get called back to my job, so I might be able to. I need to make sure I'm set up to be to do it full time if I have to. And then when did you start? I started in October. I feel like that's when you started, right?
Yeah, November. So
Okay,
kind
yeah,
of
so right around
middle
the same time.
November.
But I had, by the time it was like time for me to have to do it, I had no bill. I had paid off all my debt, and I'm just working for myself. I built up. You were talking about in your video, building up a bankroll, and that's what I did. And I've paid. I'm ahead on my I have a car payment. I have a head on my car payment, head on my rent, and make sure I'm always ahead on that stuff so I can be able to, hopefully, because I kind of felt like some people aren't lucky to just get thrown, or they're just thrown into it and they're trying to make it. And then other people like you have like planned to, all right, I'm gonna, once you make more reselling than you are doing your regular job, then you can quit. And then I got lucky where I paid off everything, and you said you only need to make $20,000 a year to survive. Like that's what you have to pay for. And I'm at I need to make $27,000 is all I need to make. So I built it over the last year in case I was gonna ever have to do this. Like I would be able to do it. Like if I had what I was a year ago, there'd be no way I would be able to do this. Like try to attempt to do this. So that's the one thing I like. I was like, oh, I really like that. And you're so open about it. Like I only need to make X amount, and that's what I'm gonna make. So
Yeah, because it's more important for me to like live my life
yep.
versus to make money. So I do live a debt-free life. My boyfriend and I are both debt-free. I do have a degree in business, and I'm very fortunate to just, have been born into kind of like a good upbringing as far as like financial means and stuff go. So I've learned to kind of live. I said it before, not minimalist. I'm definitely not a minimalist, but I have that mindset of really doing with a lot less than I need. So I understand that I don't need a lot to live and to be happy. So it just allows me to, I don't have to stress out having a goal of I need to make $100,000 a year, and then like that's all I'm doing, and I forget to live my life and have fun. This year, or actually in 2020, I plan on traveling a lot, but with the pandemic and everything, that kind of went out the window. But I want a lot of room to be able to travel. So making more money would definitely be a plus, because that would be my travel, leisure, and having fun kind of money. But just to keep it stress free and to be happy with my life, 20,000 is the perfect amount. That's what I need to be comfortable. And I put like on my vision board that my gross goal was 40,000, because I think once you subtract fees and cost of goods and overhead and expenses and all that, that's kind of a realistic, you're usually going to end up about 50% from your gross, even if you include like taxes and stuff like that you have to pay. So I really like that vision board. It's my first time doing one, and I think that's going to help me stay motivated. So if you guys in the chat, have never done a vision board before, you might want to consider it. If you have, I mean, give me some tips, because it's my first time. So hopefully I'm doing it right.
That's all. I've seen a few people that have done vision. I've never seen it like that. It's just like putting up stuff that you want. And I was like, oh, okay. I don't know really. I was like, okay, that's cool. That's really cool. But I mean, it's like almost like a momentum board. Like I try to do momentum boards of like listing goals and stuff like that, how much money I want to make for the day or whatever. And but that's kind of what your vision board was kind of like a vision momentum board to me. But I mean, it was really awesome. I liked it. Thought it was great. But as far as like, yeah, your goal this year is to make 40,000 and 50% 20. It's like a grind. That's the one thing I've learned about reselling is it's like a grind. Me personally feel like it's a grind. You just have to grind it out, and then next year, I mean, maybe you go a little bit better, and then or more or whatever. It's just a grind. But I had some.
And I think that's the idea behind like on my board, which I called it a goals board because I felt like you, like it wasn't a true vision board. But for me, having a bunch of stuff would just be a little bit more clutter and chaos in my head. So I needed to be able to focus on the things that I really need to get done. But I think having like I put on there, Facebook Marketplace and joining Amazon FBA, that kind of stuff allows me to, if I accomplish that this year, then next year I can easily have a higher goal because it would be a lot more attainable because I'm on more platforms and I'm just that much more evolved. So if my goal next year was, $40,000 net or something like that, maybe it would be realistic and still be just as easy. So that's the idea, is to continuously grow, but for it to be easy and my money and efforts kind of just start working for themselves.
So do you have a set schedule that you're working? I know you just said that was a question I had is like, how are you working? Are you working your 40 hours or working when you want, but you kind of said you want to have free time to do what you want when you want to do it. So like, are you working like a Monday through Friday, or are you just kind of, how are you winging that? That's what I'm dealing with. It's like, when am I supposed to be working?
I don't really have a set schedule at all. I've tried that, but I think just it doesn't work for me because I just like to do what I want when I want to do it. So I know that stuff has to get done. How or when it gets done just kind of happens. So if I have I have a schedule and it's a week in advance schedule. So like for this week, I had all of my tasks and stuff that are things that I have to get done, but I don't really make time for like 9 to 12, I'm going to do this, and 1 to 2, I'm going to do this. Because I've tried that in the past and I never stick to it because, I might get a call from somebody saying, hey, the card vendor's at Target in an hour, head over there. And I'm like, okay. And I get up and go. Or my sister might call and say, I got out of work early. You want to have lunch? Or so stuff like that happens all the time, to where it just said, okay, I can't have an actual work schedule and I don't really want to. So when I wake up in the morning, I have, my 3 main things that I have to get done. And I just need to get them done before I go to sleep. So that's kind of, that's how that works. It's just a little sporadic, but that actually works a lot better for me than having a set schedule.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was kind of curious. So I've tried both ways also. I was like, okay, I'm going to work from like 12 to 8, and then that doesn't work because then like something comes up and I want to go do something at 2 o'clock. And I'm like, I'm going to go do this. But then some days I feel like a slacker and then I don't do anything. So, all right, I was curious about that. And then, I have to ask this though before I forget. I'm so sorry. We're going to backtrack. When you said you're a minimalist, do you watch Matt Diavella? Do you know who that is?
No.
Oh, he's about minimalist. He's about minimalism.
I'm writing him down. What's his last name?
I'll have to send you it's Diavella. Okay. I'll send you the link. He's a minimalist and he's awesome. He just had a Netflix documentary that came out on the 1st. It was really good. It's like a 50-minute video. It's awesome. But
yeah, that's the kind of stuff watching, I'll watch it on Netflix or I'll watch on YouTube, or, they would have shows. I don't have cable anymore, but when I had cable, I would watch like those kind of organization, minimalist, or small home livings, like the mobile home livings, and or people live in 300 square foot spaces and stuff like that, just to get me motivated. But yeah, I don't have to check him out because
I'll send you a link afterwards. He's awesome. He's awesome. Okay, so then how did you get into YouTube?
I always really liked YouTube. I would be that silent watcher. So I would watch so much YouTube. I would never comment. I would never engage. I would give the video a thumbs up, but I would never actually put myself out there to meet anybody. In real life, person to person, I don't like a lot of social interaction. So I kind of was like that online as well. But then I'd seen like people were friends and talking really nice to each other and communicating well. And learning a lot of information that I started asking questions. And so I picked up the community of it very quickly, how it truly was a community, especially like in that reseller, hustler, entrepreneur kind of community. And I was learning a lot. Well, then I ended up ordering a wholesale box, and it was like a pretty big, it's B&G Trading. And I was looking up YouTube videos before that to see unboxings, like what people liked, and I didn't see a whole lot of them. So I went ahead and ordered one and decided, you know what, I'm going to do an unboxing because there's not really a lot on YouTube. So in case anybody's like me and they wanted to get a little review before spending $300 or whatnot on a box. So I filmed the unboxing and I put that up, and I kind of just liked it. I kind of just liked doing the film. I liked doing an unboxing. I was a little excited, and I started watching more YouTube and started like engaging with people a lot more. And then I learned pretty quickly that you can learn a lot faster and a lot more being a YouTuber or a content creator than just being a watcher. So my thought was I want to educate myself as much as possible. So that's why I started continuously making videos to keep meeting people, to keep the engagement, to keep the social aspect alive without actually having to go out and be social. That's the funnest part for me. I like to be social, but not actually go out. So it's perfect to do it on YouTube.
All right. Let me back to my questions here. I was supposed to be prepared.
No, you're okay. Hey, Mary. I see Mary in there.
That's what I already asked out of order. It was about all the information, how you explained it. I like that. But I wrote it down as a question.
Yeah. So
go ahead.
I think that's what it was in my videos, that I would get so much information from other people, kind of just explaining a backstory and then showing items or like doing thrift hauls and stuff. So I wanted to make sure that if I was going thrifting, I would give like a backstory as to why, or if I wanted to be a full-time reseller, I would give the backstory to why. And I think that's why my videos, I know we were talking a little bit before, my videos were always like 20, 25 minutes long. And that was with me editing out a lot of time. But there's only so much I felt comfortable editing, because then I felt if I edit, this a minute and a half, I felt like it was good information that people should hear or might want to hear or would find helpful. So I just decided to leave it in. But I do get in the point where sometimes I talk a lot, and then I think, what was my point? So I edit that stuff out.
Wait, forget what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, where was I going with this? So I edit that stuff out, which just becomes like gibberish. But for the most part, if I'm saying something that I think even one person might benefit from or might be excited to hear, I just leave it in there. And if my videos are 20, 25 minutes long, then watch however much you want. That's great. But I'm trying to get more videos up that are like thrift with me's, and I got a GoPro for Christmas.
I saw that. It's awesome.
So, yeah, and I got my dad got me like a really cool speaker. So it's like just a little clip-on speaker, and it's like I can set it to different. Do what?
The microphone or a speaker?
Yeah, the microphone. I'm sorry, the microphone. Yeah, cool. And so he got me he got me one of those, so that if I'm doing stuff around my inventory room, I can just keep that on me. And if I'm walking in and out away from my phone, because I film everything from my phone. So except for now, I'm going to do the GoPro. But yeah, so getting tools like that also just makes it a lot more fun. So I'm excited to continue doing YouTube. And today I used my GoPro. I went out to Targets and Walmart. I was doing like some retail arbitrage. And it's so easy. I mean, because the GoPro is like this small and I can just take it out. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I wish I could film in public.
Yeah, you should do. Yeah, I mean, you have a GoPro. It's so tiny. You can just hide it.
I always have props. Yeah, but I'm so scared. I feel like everyone's gonna see it.
See, and I do have like a what do you call that? A stand, the tripod. Oh yeah, but I just used the GoPro. I just carried the GoPro around, and I wore a hoodie where I have a pouch pocket. So I just had it there, and I would just bring it out and I just hold it like this.
All right, I'm going to do that. I'm going to try.
It was easy, and I just put it back in my pocket as soon as I finished. And I wouldn't turn it off. I would just keep it on if I'm like going around here and there. So I just bring it out and click the button real quick, and then just, 15 seconds, 20 seconds. And
no one heard the beep, beep, beep? Like I have a neck
I
thing.
have it off. I have my beeping sound off.
Oh, how do you do that?
Yeah, and somewhere in your, I don't know, really, it's just somewhere in your notifications,
Oh,
you
I'll have
can
to look at
turn
that. I
your
have this thing.
beep
Hide it
off.
underneath I'll hide it in here, and then I'll yank it out like this, and then I'll try. Well, not the tripod won't be on there, but I'll yank it out. But sometimes I'm too scared to take it out, and then it starts beeping, and then people start looking at me, and it's uncomfortable.
I could picture you walking in with it on your.
I thought about buying a hat. I saw a hat on Amazon that had it. I was like, let me just wear this. It was like $17. I'm like, there's no way I'll wear that hat. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a backpack clip. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know. I'm so scared to do it out. I'm so scared.
I think once you start doing it, it becomes just easier. Like you find ways to sneak it or to be like less conspicuous or conspicuous. How do you say that word? Inconspicuous.
Inconspicuous.
Inconspicuous. Yeah.
Is that right? I don't even know. I think it's close. That's the one I've searched how to vlog in public, and then I watch YouTube videos about it, and they're like, just do it. No one's like, I feel like everyone's looking at me, but there's like, I'm the last person anyone's gonna be looking at walking around.
Especially like in today's time, I think it's just becoming normal to walk around and see people because they're either walking in, Target and they're FaceTiming families, screaming on the speakerphone, and people don't even really pay attention to it that much anymore because it's just, you see it a lot more. So, I didn't really even try to hide it or anything like that. I mean, I did go super early, so the store was very slow and quiet. But I just feel like if somebody, like I was walking through the parking lot and a lady was putting stuff in her trunk and she kind of just looked and then looked back because she just heard me talking. But yeah, I don't really think it's a big deal. I think we're probably our worst enemies or something about it.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna answer this question from Chuck. Are you going to start doing regular interviews, Dan? And that's what she was talking about, or like the videos. That's what I like about your videos is because you talk about it, and I don't think you should take that stuff out. But I was telling her that I make like 8-minute videos, and I take out. I mean, I don't know. I'm not very. Do you have like some kind of like what did you do before? Like a teacher, it seems like. I feel like some people can just teach. And I don't have that. I don't feel like I have that in me. I'll say I'm doing something and someone will ask me a question, like they'll comment on my video. I'm like, yeah, I probably should have told you that when I was like making the video, but I didn't think of it. So I don't think of that stuff. So I make these 8-minute videos and I don't know if I'm going to do regular interviews, Chuck, if that answers your question, because I just like to, if I'm going to do an interview, I've only done a couple because I hate doing lives. But if it's something I want to talk about, I want to do it. So my goal this year is to do more lives. But I think I say that every time I do a live that I'm going to do more lives and I never do. But it's the first week of the year, right? Or the second. And I'm doing it. So I don't know. We're going to see. But anyway.
Yeah, I said the same thing, Chuck. I told him that he should start a series of once a week or maybe even twice a month or something to
maybe
get on and do a live. You're so natural at it, Dan. I think that you feel you don't teach, but you do just by being yourself and genuinely saying what's on your mind.
Thanks.
I mean, when I first started watching you, I found you from Here's Lynn. I don't know if you know Lynn.
Oh, yeah.
But she put something on Instagram. Mm-hmm. And she was like, you got to check this guy out. He's awesome. And you might have had like 400 subscribers or something like that. And your first video that I watched was something like, I bought this for $5 and I sold it for $3. I bought this for $10, but I did free shipping and it cost me $12 to ship it. And I lost money. And it was so funny. But like at the same time, I'm thinking, okay, remember if you're selling something heavy, double check that I'm not doing free shipping. Make sure, go back and that I have the right shipping costs. Or, okay, is this really going to sell for that much? So in a way, like I learned a lot by like your oopsies or, mistakes.
Yeah.
And just by you sharing them. So I feel like you do teach a lot. You might just not do it in that like structured format that maybe you learn best from. Yeah. Yeah, see, Chuck said you're not as bad as you think you are. Yep, that's 100%.
Yeah, thanks, Chuck. So, Jen, I did Vlogmas for part of Vlogmas. I did it because you were doing it, but how much did you like doing Vlogmas?
The
Why did you do it, and how much did you like it?
Well, I did it because I had just quit my other job, so I felt like I had some extra time. I
Mm.
also felt like I wasn't learning or growing fast enough as far as teaching myself YouTube and editing and time management skills. So I just thought that that would be a fun time. I could knock out videos. I can learn YouTube very quickly, learn my editing, my software, get a lot better at it. And that I had some extra time on my hands. So why not? The first week I was pumped. I was motivated. But I did do 3 videos in advance before it even started. So I think I felt great. The second week, I was kind of like, okay, I got to do it. I got to do it. I was still, okay about it, but I wasn't excited. The third week, I was stressing. I was kind of getting a little exhausted. With Christmas getting closer and family time, there was a lot more to do in general. So I was getting a little exhausted. But for whatever reason, like my last 5 videos, I just got like a second wind. I mean, I don't know if anybody is familiar with running, but when you run, usually you get fatigued and get tired. But if you keep going and you push past that roadblock, you get a second wind, a second spurt of energy. And that's exactly what happened for me with YouTube, with Vlogmas. And it just became fun again. And it was also becoming easier. Like I was learning to edit a lot better, a lot faster. So it did become a little easier. And for me, I mean, my channel as far as subscribers is a lot less than yours. So I was seeing a steady growth. And that was motivating. I mean, I would get 5 new subscribers in one day, and then 3, and then 6, and then 4. And so that is a huge motivating factor when I seen my subscriber count increase versus if I was in your shoes and I was losing 1 or I was losing 2. That would, definitely deter me a little bit. But overall, I did like Vlogmas. I really enjoyed it. I'd probably do it again, but I don't know, probably not anytime soon. I just wouldn't say I'd never do it again because I might. I just, not anytime soon. That was enough for me for a while.
Yeah, I heard I was telling you before Catherine Manning, she did Vlogmas, and I was watching her video today about why, if she liked it or not, on her vlog channel, and she hit that wall too. She was talking about it, and that's probably when I quit. Is when I hit that. I had a wall the first week, and then I powered through it for another week because I wanted to push through it, and then the second week I was like, I just can't do this. There was like 10 days left, and I'm like, this is just too miserable. I just can't do it. And that's probably when both of you guys hit your walls. And I probably should have pushed through it, but like you said, I was losing 1 or 2 or up to 4 subscribers every time I hit upload. And it still continued like until this last video. But the one before that, I put out a video and lost 4 subscribers like off the bat. So it was deterring, like discouraging, I guess.
Yeah, I think I saw that. I was on that live with you, with Joe and Mike, and because I know Joe did the
Yeah, he did the whole time.
And they of course always tease you, but they were both kind of like, just do it, just finish it, don't be a quitter. And everybody in the chat was telling you that stuff. So I think that probably kept you alive for a few more days.
Yeah.
And then, but I mean, if your heart's not in it, like if it's becoming something you're just not happy doing, that's not quitting. That's like, okay, I tried it, it wasn't for me, and let's move on to the next thing. So
yeah, it was. I don't know why I thought I could do it. I mean, I was trying to make sure it was all around reselling, and that's when the shipping fiasco started with the post office.
Yeah.
But basically, I didn't shut my store down. I just made everything 2-day handling time, and I literally stopped promoting listings, and I stopped running sales, and I basically got upset if I sold anything. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. I just basically, I don't know. I watched the entire series of How I Met Your Mother in like a week, and I was like, I don't really think I should Vlogmas about this. Like laying in bed watching How I Met Your Mother, which is a great show, but not really.
Yeah, I did have a few fillers in there. Just real quick though, Regina, I know she said hello, and Jacob, hello. So everybody,
hello everyone.
hello.
We can pause break to say hi to everyone again.
You go for it.
Okay, because I suck at following the chat, but I didn't want to interrupt while Jen's talking. But I really appreciate everyone hanging out. And if you guys could hit the thumbs up, and then make sure I put Jen's channel description channel in the description of this video. Go check out her channel. She's a great channel. And okay, you can say hi to everyone.
That was I probably missed. I'm not gonna scroll back up because I'm scared that I'm gonna hit something on StreamYard to mess it up.
I don't think it lets you do that.
Like I have my phone, but then I kind of feel rude if I'm just staring down at my phone to be on.
I was trying to look at my list of questions. I was staring down. Sorry, but I think I'm almost out of questions. I just
no, you're okay.
The other one I wanted to talk to you about was like listing. Like, so how, like trying to do this, like what do you do listing wise? Like, when do you list? How much are you listing? How are you going to make your money for the year listing? Like listing wise, what are your goals for that? That makes sense.
So realistically, I've been saying for a while that I should be listing 25 items a day.
Oof.
I think that I get a little confused by that though, because I list on Poshmark, on eBay, kind of Mercari. But when I say 25 listings a day, that's not really possible for me to do 25 on Poshmark and 25 on eBay. So I've started doing batches of 10 items and where I photograph 10 items that I think, okay, these are great for Poshmark, and then I'll photograph 10 items that are great for eBay. And I try to do separate listings of hitting 20 for total. And then a lot of those I'll go back and see, like if there's a day where I don't have any items photographed, whatever 10 that I just put on Poshmark, I didn't put on eBay, then I'll cross list at that time if I don't have photos. So I try to always have backup photos for listings if I'm, maybe because I do go to Target and Walmart a lot to wait in line for trading cards. So sometimes I'm in line for like 2 hours and I make sure that I have stuff to list so that I'm multitasking, like I'm waiting to source and get inventory, but I'm also listing at the same time. Right. So constantly having photos on my phone to list and also leaving me room to cross list. But realistically, I do need to do about 20 listings a day total. So 10 on eBay, 10 on Poshmark. Anything extra, I kind of just throw on Mercari here and there. Again, I probably only list on Mercari once or twice every 2 weeks. And I've been noticing that plush, like stuffed animals, do pretty well on Mercari. I've been seeing a lot of people sell a lot of plush. So I don't want to put that on Poshmark, even though I can. So I'll cross-list that from eBay to Mercari. And then as far as I like photographing. I like measuring. I don't mind doing any of that stuff, but I can't sit and list for like hours at a time. I can't do it because that takes me back to being like at an office job, sitting at a desk. So sitting to list, after an hour, I'm done. Mentally, I'm bored out of my mind. I feel like I need to get up and walk around. So I don't ever have like too much expectation to list all at once. So instead, I just keep it. It's easy for me to do listings every day. Now, some days I might only get 3 or 5 up on eBay, but then I'll delete and relist, do the sell similar, or on Poshmark, they have that copy feature where you can copy your listing and it transfers all the information over, and then you just hit list and it lists a new listing for you, and you'll just delete the old one. Oh, so it's very similar. Yeah, it's like the same thing as eBay's where you can do sell similar, but it's the copy feature for Poshmark. So worst case scenario, I'm doing that if I don't have photos and stuff on my phone, but my inventory room is my everything room. So if I have it set up to do a video, sometimes it's not worth me rearranging everything to photograph. So I kind of just try to do one day of like YouTube filming. And then the next day I'll change my room up for photographing. Then the next day I'll change it up, for something else. So it's just a little sporadic, but focusing on 20 listings a day total between pretty much Poshmark and eBay, and Mercari just gets whatever leftovers I can give her.
Okay, so I started doing it's been close to probably eight months now. Is I've been focusing on how much money. So I need to make $62 a day profit. So I try to list around at least a minimum of $100 worth of stuff. So, but I would like to hit 10 items listed and then a day and just cross post those. But my goal, but I used to worry about how many listings I had, and now I'm trying to worry about how much money I'm actually listing every day. Yeah. And then once I can hit that, like regularly hitting $62 a day, then I can bump it up and try to go for more. But that's what I've been doing. But like today, after like breathing in a paper bag because I had to do a live today, I moved my computer right over here today because I constantly got crap because there's nothing on the wall over here. And I took all the Christmas decorations down. So I did it specifically so I could have some stuff in the background. So I focused on that today, and I've done 3 listings.
That's a good point, though, how you say about, like, because you've been saying that for a little while now, trying to list based on dollar amount and sales amount versus like number of listings. I don't feel like the number of listings is as important as just consistency or how much the items value. Because like right now, so this morning I picked up 3 Prism football boxes of cards.
Ooh.
And those
Prism's
3 boxes
out. Prism football came out.
Yeah, like, well, it's the look, let me show you. I have it right here. Like these?
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
yeah, so these are $20 a piece.
Yeah.
And I picked up 3 of these. So I'm gonna list these and sell them for about 200. So and these will sell within 2 days.
That is crazy.
Yeah, these will sell within 2 days. So I feel like, okay, if this is all I list today, that's okay. I'm fine with that. Like, of course, I still plan on listing more, photographing more, but worst case scenario, I got home, I photographed those, I got these listed in the matter of like 2 minutes, and they should sell within a couple days, and I've profited $110 today.
Nice.
That's kind of, so I do agree with you. I mean, if I was gonna list some ties, then I'm not gonna just list 5 ties and call it a day because those ties are probably gonna make me like $7, $8 profit. So yeah, I would list a lot more. I would want to list like 20 ties. Yeah. But that's a really good mentality to have.
That's what I've been doing. Like these DVDs I have that Joe gave me. I gotta bring my prop back up. I'm saving some of them because, like, I don't know, this stack, I'm gonna bundle. I've been searching through them, and then if they're worth selling on their own, I will. But the rest of them, I'm just gonna bundle together and sell them all in one big lot. But the one day I did it, I listed maybe 30 or 40, maybe that many. I don't remember how many I listed, but I had to get to that $100. I was trying to get to that $100 mark before I would like move on, stop for the day. But I was like watching football. It's like I save that stuff for when I don't really feel like doing anything, and that's what I'll do. And then right here, I'm sorting through this stupid board game today because it's been sitting here. I'm trying to clean up this room because that's the thing I like about so you're sourcing the football cards, but those are going to be fast movers. But you were buying before. You have a storage unit, right? And now you go source as your storage unit. You're not going out and buying stuff, right? And that's what I've been doing because when I was working, I didn't like, it was fun to go buy stuff and I would list a little bit to get the money back, and I wasn't really worried about it. Now, if I'm going to be pulling out money to be paying myself, I can't be just going out because I'm bored and buying stuff. So that's what I liked. You go sourcing through your own stuff.
Yeah, because my storage unit, I pay $65 a month, and that's just it's a waste of money. It's a pure waste because the stuff sitting in there is stuff that I should have listed making me money. It shouldn't be sitting in there to take $65 away from me every month. I am going, though. I'm doing another collaboration like in a couple of weeks with somebody. We're doing Goodwill bins swap boxes. So I am going to the Goodwill bins, the outlet store, and I'm going to source there, but it's to do a swap box, and it's to kind of, I don't really like the bins, but I've only been twice. So it's to kind of give them another try and to really it's been probably a year since I've been to see how I feel about it. So I'm trying it out. I'm doing a video and a collaboration with somebody. So there's a lot of good behind that, and it's a $20 limit. So I feel like, okay, that's fine, but unfortunately, I'm not going to Goodwill. I'm not going to thrift stores. I'm not even going to estate sales. I will stop at yard sales because I just cannot stop at yard sales. But
like once a week. I mean, I've gone to the bins, like a couple times, but for the most part, I haven't. But I've gone out a few times, but like I don't go long trips. I would stop at a few Goodwills every day of the week, like a couple of them, or go to mine at least once a week, but I haven't been. And then you made that point about stuff sitting in I don't know. Do you know what those clickers are? Like a college clicker? Does that, like, here, let me show you. It's been sitting in my death pile for like over a year. It's like it's an eye clicker. Can you see that?
Is it just like a universal kind of
Yeah, it's like kind of like a remote. You use it
for
at
ceiling
college.
fans or something?
You use it at college, and then it's got A, B, C all the way to E, and like they'll put
Oh,
questions, and then you'll like answer the question on there. And I saw it on a video, and they sold for like I don't know 15, $20, and I found that at the bins. It's in pretty rough shape, but it just sat. I didn't. It like literally took a second, and I just
yeah.
to list, and it sat in a box for like over a year. When I finally listed it, they're not. It's I sold it for like $6. Like doesn't make any monny. Like I didn't have any money
Yeah.
into it, but like it was just waste. It got wasted. I lost anything I could have made on it. Like I was so shocked when I looked it up how like little it makes like no money at all. But
You know, Amber, I just happened to look at the chat. I saw Amber Resell. She asked a pretty yeah, it's a pretty good question because that's a lot of the fun for me. And I know Amber, she actually will go to like yard sales and stuff like that with her family also. And that is a lot of the fun for me is the sourcing, which I can imagine that's a lot of the fun for everybody is the actual treasure hunt. But it's made it not really any less fun because I've had stuff in my storage unit that I've had for almost a year. So I don't remember that stuff. So for me, it's still a little bit fun to go to my unit, get a bin out and see what I have and then remember like, oh my gosh, these are nice boots or this is a brand new with tax shirt that should bring me $40 or oh yeah, I forgot about this. So it's still exciting because I've forgotten what I have and I'm sourcing for free in a sense. So it's nice to say like, I'm going to go sourcing today and I have no budget. I'll spend whatever I want because I don't have to spend anything. So it's a little bit like you have to, I think, trick your brain to find ways to still make it exciting versus just dwell on the fact that it's not as fun. So
yeah,
that's why, yeah, I just kind of trick my brain to thinking that it's still a fun time. I did that YouTube video about sourcing from my own storage unit. So that's something like I would do again and just see like, okay, what have I had sitting in here for 6 months that should be making me money? And I might even do a video of just taking one random bin out and comparing if it's still worth anything now or did it lose value, did it up value? Because
that's a good
a
idea.
lot of that stuff, I think that's where that term death pile really came from. If you just have a pile of stuff, the value on it's going to die out. It's not going to be trendy anymore, especially clothing. A lot of clothing can come in and out of style. So if it's sitting there and I bought it before it would sell for $40, now maybe I'd get 15. It's a complete waste. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. I mean, you could still. I have a pile of just junk. It's stuff that I wouldn't want to sell. Like when I was undecorating for Christmas, literally was pulling Christmas ornaments off the tree and taking pictures, and now I'm listing them to sell. And that's what
that's smart.
I was gonna do that last year just because I want it out of my house. Like I just want it out of here. But like I mean, I don't want to spend. I just want to make sure I'm buying stuff that's gonna be right. So I don't like mind going and spending some money. But in the back of your head, like you can go out and buy something because it is fun. You do that in your free time. But in the back of your head, I really like. Yeah, I do have this stuff. As long as I'm not getting too much. I mean, I think it's okay. But I really like that because I don't want to spend my money while I have money just sitting there, like basically losing money by not having it listed.
It's just it's a bad business plan. It really is just bad business to keep spending more money
Take
when
your
you
break.
have
Yeah.
yeah. So plus it's fun. I did like one whole month of zero sourcing. I think it was in October. I didn't source at all.
Mhm.
And it's nice to have like pure profit at the end without having to
Yeah.
subtract any cost of goods. Because, well, for me, the way that I subtract my cost of goods is on a monthly basis. So whatever I've shopped for that month, I take like, okay, this was my monthly cost of goods. So I don't take it out per item as the item sells because of the fact that it could take months for my items to sell. So if I go 1 month without sourcing a single dollar, everything that I sold has a zero cost of goods for that month because I didn't buy anything.
That's
So
scary you said that because I was listening, I was dropping something off at UPS. I was listening on the radio. They said like January is like dry month. Like a lot of people quit drinking or something because of New Year's resolutions. I was like, I should just do like not source the entire month of January and
yeah,
just, I mean, I don't have that much left. of my death pile. Like I've been really like knocking it out in here, and but I was like, hey, maybe I should just do that this month, just not spend $1 sourcing, because like 2 months ago I spent close to $1,500 on like video games that I thought were gonna make me like a ton, like do really well, and I mean I don't know exactly how much money I actually made yet, but I might have made maybe a couple $100 if I was lucky. And
jeez, that's a big investment for something like that. I mean, I went, so just like maybe a week ago, I spent $600 sourcing for these cards, but it was because I knew that I would triple my money within just a couple of days. And that $600 I spent, it took a total of 4 days, and I resold everything, and I profited. So I profited $1,300 on the items. So I mean, when you think about it, like that's okay. It's okay if you're gonna spend that kind of money for a quick flip. But if it was vintage items that may take a year or two to sell, I'm not gonna spend that kind of money right now because I don't need to, and I shouldn't.
Right.
Because I'm not gonna wait a year to get my investment back. So yeah, that's always something to keep in mind.
Yeah. All right. Well, I do have some rapid fire questions I was going to ask you, but we have hit an hour. Do you want to do those, or they'll be like 2 seconds.
Okay, go ahead.
They're like stuff that people are always asking. So I don't know how much discussion there will be on it, but do you free, flat, or calculated shipping? What do you do?
Free.
Free
on basically everything, really? Unless the shipping would cost more than the item's worth, or if it's something that's potentially breakable and I know that I might undervalue like the shipping cost. So breakables and just items that aren't worth that much but weigh a lot, then I'll charge shipping. Everything else pretty much I do free. For sure, clothing and shoes, I always do free because the market's so oversaturated. I feel like I have to stay competitive with clothing and shoes, and that's one of the best ways to do it.
Okay. Thermal printer, yes or no?
Yes.
Dymo or Rollo or whatever else?
Dymo.
Dymo, okay. All right, eBay, do you promote listings?
Yep, every time.
One base price or percent?
For the most part, my average is 4% base across, unless it's like a Nike t-shirt. I'll promote that a little bit higher because there's a lot of Nike t-shirts. Or if it's something that I need to sell very, very quickly because maybe I spent a little bit more on it, and it might sit for a long time. Or if it's been sitting for a long time, I'll change it up and change the promotion. But in general, 4% is kind of across the board average.
All right. And so do you run sales? Do you have a store? Do you run sales?
Yes.
Yes.
I run sales probably every other week. Right at the end of the month, I run a sale so that it runs over into the beginning of the month. So people who have a little bit of extra money, or just to boost my chances for sales because people don't have money. And then also so that at the beginning of the month, when people are getting paid or they're getting checks and stuff, I can take advantage of people with money. So I always make it for sure at the end of the month, running over into the beginning, but only for a week at a time. I only do my sales 1 week at a time.
Okay. All right. I think that's it.
Okay.
Hey, we put an hour. So I really appreciate you coming on and hanging out with me.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me. I think it was fun. I felt good after we started.
Yeah, I mean, it was nerve wracking. It was awesome. You did great. Really appreciate you coming on. I really appreciate everyone in the chat hanging out. I look over here like there's like a camera.
And I did see. I saw Angie mention that Chuck was gonna be on live with her tomorrow or something. So I'm just kind of throwing that out there because that looked exciting. So it was probably like 10 minutes.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Angie said Chuck was gonna be. They were gonna have a live tomorrow. So if anybody's interested in that, that should be a good one.
That's awesome. What time is it? I'll have to look.
Yeah.
I'll have to look. But yeah, I really appreciate everyone hanging out. Really appreciate Jen coming and hanging out with me. I put her her link to her channel in the description. I'm gonna get that right sometime. But everyone have a great night, and I'll see you guys whenever. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Bye. I gotta do the goodbye wave.